It's time for respiration. Okay, here we go. The first thing that occurs happens when glucose enters the cell. It stays in the cytoplasm and goes through glycolysis. 2 ATP go in, they become ADP, then the payoff phase arrives, and 4 ADP become 4 ATP. NAD plus 2 of them become NADH along with 2 pyruvate. The net yield of this is 2 pyruvate and 2 ATP and 2 NADH. The link step is when a pyruvate loses a carbon and NAD plus becomes NADH, and a hydrogen ion coenzyme A joins the pyruvate and it becomes acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA starts the Krebs cycle. It loses the CoA and becomes citrate. Water is added in, so it becomes isorate. Oxygen is needed to pull a carbon out. NAD plus becomes NADH plus a hydrogen ion. After this, it is now ketolugrate. Carbon dioxide comes out again as NAD plus becomes NADH, and a hydrogen ion coenzyme A is re-added in. Now we have succinyl's coenzyme A. A lot of stuff goes down now. As the CoA leaves, GDP becomes UTP, which makes ADP into ATP when it goes back to GDP. Now succinate is left. As an FAD becomes FADH2, water is added in again to form malate. FAD plus becomes NADH with a hydrogen ion. The last thing is oxalate. Now that's the Krebs cycle, citric cycle. The last part of respiration is the electron transport chain. Here's how it goes. NADH enters at the FMN in the first protein. As it moves along, it loses electrons. The FADH2 enters at the Q site at the third one, so it makes less. It does the same thing as NADH. As each electron loss point, a hydrogen ion comes through. It does what it doesn't want to stay though. So it goes back through ATP synthase, where when it goes through it goes through a rotor to make ATP to live. ADP and a phosphate collide when the hydrogen ion goes through. This makes ATP through chemiosmosis. The total yield should be about 38 ATP. And that's aerobic respiration.